Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, in this lesson, we'll be discussing the concept of al-idafa, which is also referred to as mudaf and mudaf ilayh. So in the Arabic language, there's two ways to show possessorship, to show ownership. One way is with al-idafa, which is what we're going to be explaining in this video. An example of the idafa construction is Kitabu Muhammadin, which will be translated as the Book of Muhammad or Muhammad's book. So you're showing who has possessorship, who has ownership of the book, which is Muhammad. Another way to show possessorship, ownership in the Arabic language is with the harf jar li. For example, when we say Al-Kitabu li Muhammadin, the book belongs to Muhammad. So li will be translated as belongs to show ownership. Just like we say Alhamdu lillahi, to show ownership, that to all praise belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we already covered the harf jar and the huruf and jar in previous videos and in previous lessons. So inshallah in this video we'll be going to details concerning the idafa construction. So the idafa construction is made up of two parts. It's made up of mudaf and it's made up of the mudaf ilayh. The mudaf is the first word and is the thing being possessed. Kitabu Muhammadin. Kitab is the first word in the construction and is being possessed is the thing that's being owned by Muhammad. So it's the mudaf. The mudaf ilayh is the second word of the construction and is the possessor, the owner of the thing, here which is Muhammadin. So Muhammad's book. For example, we also have Rasulullahi. Rasul is the mudaf, the first word, is the thing being possessed. He's the messenger of who? Allahi, which is the mudaf ilayhi and is the possessor. So that is how the mudaf and the mudaf ilayhi they function. And this happens a lot. Kitabullahi, Baytullahi, Rasulullahi, Deenullahi, and the list goes on. Now, how can you distinguish between the mudaf and the mudaf ilayhi when you're reading? Because in English we have an S like this, or maybe we'll have of in the sentence. But how can I distinguish these two words as being an idafa construction made up of a mudaf and the mudaf ilayh? The difference between the mudaf and the mudaf ilayhi is as follows. The mudaf, which is the first word, and is the thing being possessed, never takes a al, and it never takes a tanween. So in this example here, it would be wrong for me to say Al-Kitabu Muhammadin or Kitabun Muhammadin. Just like we don't say Rasulun Allah, and we don't say Ar-Rasulullahi, we say Rasulullahi without an L or without a tanween. And that's how you can identify the mudaf. Likewise, the mudaf, it can be any of the three possible types of i'rab for ism. It can be marfu', which is a dhamma at the end. It can be mansub, which is a fatha at the end. Or it can be majrurun, which is a kasra at the end. Kitabu Bilalin, the book of Bilal. Fi baytil imami, in the house of the imam, baytul imami. So in this example, bayti is majrurun, and in this example, kitab is marfu'. Why? Because the mudaf, depending on the sentence, it can be any of the three, depending on what the sentence necessitates. To go to the mudaf ilayh, it can have a L. That doesn't mean it will, but it can. And likewise, it can have a tanween. Not at the same time, but it can have either or. So in the example, Bilal in here has a tanween. Al-Imam here has a L. So the mudaf ilayhi, unlike the mudaf, it can have a L or it can have a tanween. Either or, but not both at the same time, depending on what the sentence necessitates. But the main thing that will let you know the mudaf ilayh is the fact that it's always majrurun. It always ends with a kasra. Bilalin, al-imami, al-imami. So if I was to say Kitabu Muhammadan, that would be a mistake. Or Kitabu Muhammadun, that would be a mistake also. So that is the idafa construction and how it functions. Now that we covered this, we can also go on to the next point, which is that there are only two ways that ism will be majrurun. There are only two ways that an ism will be majrurun, i.e. will end with a kasra. The first way is if it's mudaf ilayh. Baytul imami Rasulullahi, Kitabullahi, and then this goes on. And the second way that ism will be majrurun is if it's an ism that comes after a harf jar, i.e. if it's a jar ومجرور, if it's a ism مجرور في البيت على المكتب من البيت, and then this goes on. An example of both of these coming in the same sentence is the verse وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا. في ديني, this is a jar ومجرور. We have a harf jar followed by ism that's majrurun because of the harf jar. That's why it's dini and not dina or dinu. Dini is also mudaf to Allahi, which is the mudaf ilayh. So Allahi is majrurun here because it's the mudaf ilayhi. Is the religion of who? Of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that in a very brief sense is the idafa construction and how it functions.